Welcome back. Okay, gaining weight is a part of pregnancy. But some people say Jessica Simpson has gained too much weight. And the criticism is so nasty. Now, beyond Jessica Simpson, let's have a conversation about the way women are attacked about their weight and the message young girls get from this. Claire Misko is the author of Does This Pregnancy Make Me Look Fat? It's an amazing title, isn't it? Okay, she joins me from Los Angeles. Okay, Claire, we have had doctors go on TV and say, looks like she's eating more than 1,200 calories a day, or she seems to be letting herself go. There's been other celebrities, in many cases women, saying she just looks so big. So are these people actually concerned, or are they just taking cheap shots?
Well, this is just a ridiculous story because Jessica Simpson's health is between her and her doctor, not doctors who are commenting in the media, and certainly not gossip bloggers and talk show hosts. Body snarking like this does not just hurt stars like Jessica Simpson or others who are on the receiving end of these comments. They hurt all of us, and they send a message that our value is in our appearance and our weight and not who we are. And that's a dangerous message for everyone, and particularly girls who are vulnerable and already feel insecure about how they look.
That's exactly why this topic got on my radar. Claire, there's a statistic that I'm really focused on that from the Girl Scouts. It says 1/3 of all girls in grades 9 to 12 think they are overweight, and 60% are trying to lose weight. And when girls hear this type of conversation, that even if you gain a pound or 1 pound too many when you're pregnant, you're going to be attacked, these are exactly the types of girls that are so damaged by this.
It's true. And, poor body image and low self-esteem is such an epidemic. It's a huge issue for girls. And these kinds of messages, this kind of body snarking is really, really damaging. And pregnancy is a time when our bodies are working some serious magic. And it is so unfortunate and such a shame that is overshadowed by these kinds of comments and this pressure to have the perfect pregnancy weight, which of course is then quickly followed by the expectation that our #1 mission is going to take the weight off, to take the weight off after the baby's born. And I certainly hope that Jessica Simpson will get 5 minutes to enjoy spending time with her newborn before the critics come out of the woodwork again to speculate what she's going to look like in a bikini.
Let's talk about that, too, because, a lot of the comments that I've gotten on Facebook and Twitter are a lot of people saying, leave her alone. Then there's other people that are saying, she'll lose the weight. But perhaps that also misses the point as well. There's a comment that I got from Corinne that says, I'm currently battling an eating disorder. It is such a hard disease to be wrapped up in. I'm terrified of food and being fat. I mean, Mariah Carey, Jennifer Hudson, Jordan Sparks, the list goes on. When you watch video clips, the reporters always talk about how great they look now, but I never saw a thing wrong before. And Claire, she's talking about the fact that we applaud women when they lose weight, which implies there was something wrong with them before.
Exactly. And, again, the message is that our value and our self-worth is in the number on the scale and not who we are and what we accomplish and, all of the wonderful things about ourselves that have nothing to do with appearance. And, these messages, again, are so dangerous for all of us, but, particularly for those who are already struggling with poor body image and, as the young woman who wrote to you, has a history of eating disorders, this is a huge problem in our culture, and these kinds of messages are not helping at all.
I got one more comment I could not let slide because it seems that this conversation about weight is always about women and young girls. Jody says this, yet no one says a thing about CeeLo Green, because the conversation always seems to be about what women look like, but it rarely is focused on men and their weight.
That's true. It is very focused on women, although we are seeing, more and more men feeling this pressure too. There are more men's magazines on the market than ever before. There's pressure on men to, certainly there are men who struggle with eating disorders and poor body image. So, I think for the most part, And certainly when it comes to pregnancy, the conversation is focused on women. But, these kinds of comments hurt everyone. And, it's something that we really need to address and, get a reality check. Let's celebrate who we are, not what we look like.
That's a fantastic message, and I think we could all check ourselves on how we have that conversation for sure.